Okay, I did it. I'm coming live on Facebook. I think I did this accidentally once, but you know, this is the first time I believe, if I recall, that I'm doing a live stream on purpose. I'm down in Arizona. We've sheltered in down in Tucson. You see behind me, you can see my kitchen, and oh look, Sewing Central. That's where I've been sewing. It's a 400 square foot place, so I sew in the kitchen and sit on the sofa and watch TV in the evenings. And we took the shed and it's turned into my husband's office, and he's working from home in the office out of my living room, which was really nice. Kelly was on yesterday from her living room, so I thought I'd do one today. I'm trying to now. I tried to do one of these yesterday and failed, to be quite honest, but now I'm trying again. If you remember my Instagram posts and the stuff when we were traveling down in the car, the sashiko that I was nerding out over and having such a good time with, I finished a whole stack of little cup mats to put on my coffee table, so that when I drink my water all day long down here in this lovely sun, which it's not very sunny today, it's nice but it's windy, that I've got them done. So I finished some sashiko while in place. I've been working on masks. I guess let's talk about masks first. So we've gone through 3 design processes, and we're about to hit a 4th. Let me grab one more, because the one that fits me the best. Where's my mask? It's mine. The one I wear. Is it in here? Oh, well, I guess I'm not going to have that mask. I don't know where it went. I hope the person... Oh, here it is. Got it. We've gone through 3. So this was the first iteration, and it was the simple sew a rectangle, I think a 7 by 8 inch rectangle, pleat it, ties on the ends, or we never did the rubber band ones because those things drove me crazy, although there were a few people doing rubber bands in our group. There's probably about 10 people that come in and go out with, and there's 2 groups in the park of that many making videos. Making masks. This is the first one, and guess what? The first one fits me the best, which is crazy. But history, I have a friend who's a nurse, and apparently every quarter when you work in an intensive environment, you need to be fit for masks, and whatever mask fits you the best is the one you end up with. This friend of mine that's a nurse, she ends up having to wear the whole sort of like a deep sea diver kind of head, because her face doesn't fit masks well. So as far as masks go, although that's not very black sheepy, because we don't really carry fabric, I wanted to fill you in on what I've learned so far. So, simple one fits me the best with the pleats. There is the second iteration, which I thought was pretty cool. Looks like it should fit great. Doesn't fit me so well, but it fits a lot of people, and you see a lot of people wearing these around. These are the ones I'm sewing the most of. I've sewn, I don't know, at least 100 of them. I can crank out about 20 a day. Not as good as Trish, one of the other gals from the shop that's selling them, and she cranks out, I don't know, like 50 a day. I do 20, but I also take breaks. So that's a second iteration. Trying to think what we learned. I learned that if I zigzag twist ties on right on the flannel side, it makes this putting together process easier. Again, we went to straps. I found twill tape. We also have ribbon. We folded over fabric. Trying to think. I don't have any of the fabric ones here. Let me look. Oh yeah, here's some. Where we made some where we just took strips of 45-inch or 60-inch fabric, and you fold it into thirds and then zigzag it right along there. Saves us so much time. Bias tape making is a pain in the butt, even with my new folded method that worked for a while until you're still putting all kinds of time in it. And yes, I think it was Dawn Marie, you who are watching, you were right. It takes too long, especially when you're cranking out 100 of them. All right. And then the new design that a lot of the gals in the group are making is this one, where you put the wire in at the top, you just cut out a square, you put a big 60-inch ribbon through it, and it goes on like, I've only seen this done once, like this. Then you zip it up and put it up over your mouth and tie it in the back, which is pretty nice. Oh, actually, that fits pretty nice. This is the first time I've tried one of these on. I like this one. And then you just pull it down off your head, wear it around all day, put it up again. But that's a really firm on the bottom pull. So, these might be nice. And the thing is these suckers are so much faster to sew than the other ones. So maybe this may be the one we settle with. finally, the last one, and I'm still waiting because they have sent my fabric, even though I told them to send it to Arizona. They've sent my fabric up to Portland, and I'm going to have to, I've contacted them. The company's not paying attention, so I'm going to still have to wait for that and maybe have Grayson send it down to me, is this halyard fabric. Now, there's a gal down here that lives in the park that works for St. Mary's. So that's an example of the halyard fabric. I have a case of this coming. Hopefully, it's shipped, but of course they're ignoring me. So I'm going to guess that I'm going to have Grayson repack it and send it on to me, which is super, super annoying given that I waited 3 weeks for the stuff to begin with. Oh my God, you guys. All my regular friends are online. I'm so excited. Maybe I should do this more often, huh? Yeah, they sent it to Portland. And it's clear. I double-checked. I put in billing address, shipping address, and guess where they sent it? Billing address. Not so fun. So this is next, and this is going to be some funky design. You have to go watch Sewstein on YouTube. She did a whole fit test with her friends and shared that design. Oh, this stuff? Marietta? Thanks for talking to me, Marietta. It makes it easier. This stuff is the halyard, and it's what they use in hospitals in the autoclaves. And this is our next design that we're going to move on to masks for after we run out of fabric and after this stupid stuff comes. You don't have to finish edges. We're just going to zip through them. There is a sewing machine repair shop here in Tucson that is making yet another design, and they're donating thousands of them to the local hospitals. But it sounds like Banner is Banner Hospital, which is a chain of hospitals down here. They are getting all the ones from the sewing machine store, and Banner is the one that the University of Arizona and Arizona State, that's their company. So this one goes to St. Mary's and some of the other hospitals that aren't benefiting from that. Yes, I know she's a doctor, anesthesiologist, yeah. So she did the testing, and she's the one that brought up the halyard. I immediately ordered the halyard. It's taken 3 weeks to get in the mail, to get to me, and then they sent the darn stuff to the wrong address, which is not making me very happy right now, especially since I've tried to call them. They don't give me a phone number. It's a mess, but we all know everything's a mess right now. So, back now to crochet. Crochet, here's the other project I work on. And days when I'm just exhausted or depressed, that I've been working on the crochet, and I'm working on James Streby's Cadfael. This is, okay, I call it a bitch to do because it's hard. It's not really that hard. It's just, it's why I like it. I've made this thing 4 times. So I was in a crochet funk about 7 years ago. I hadn't crocheted in years. And it's because it was all too easy. I'd done it for so long. I was bored. It was the same old stitches. And then James did this pattern, and I struggled with it about 3 times, threw it down until I sat down with James one day, and he took me through the design. And the key is, I'm going to show you this. The key is this little repeat for the honeybee stitch, a 2-row repeat. But when you look at the big pattern, there are 3 increases, and you can see by the messy bits right there, there, and there. And once you figure out the increase pattern, because it is I always have to count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6-row repeat. And so you have to keep track of your increases and then keep track of the in-between stuff, which is a 2-row repeat. It took me, I went through this entire chart to 21, even for the 4th time, before I got into the groove of memorizing, what do I have to remember, what do I have to remember. Now I've got it, because I'm on row, I don't know what I'm on. I think I'm on row 55, something like that. I'm going until I run out of yarn, or until I almost run out of yarn. I'm going to, like, show you some cleavage, guys. I've got this much. So this time I'm doing it differently because it's lace weight. I've never done it with lace weight. I've always done it with a fingering weight-ish. Teresa Ruche Designs Tinsel is the yarn that I've used for all the other 3. I wear those suckers all the time. I love them. I wear this shawl all the time. So this time I'm doing a wool silk gleam lace in a gray. Because a yarn store owner, guess what? She gets to work on stuff that loses its label, and it lost its label, and I didn't know what color this was. I think it's like beachy something or other. It's a gray brown kind of thing. It's fun to work with. It's interesting because it's a whole new challenge with the wool silk. Different than the Tencel. It behaves differently. It's a little tougher to rip out because, you know, silk's a little sticky. But it's going fine. I'm on it. I think I can get probably another 5-6 rows before I need to switch to the border. I'm kind of excited to get to the border because I got beads sitting here to go in that border. The one thing I love about this pattern is when you put beads in the bottom, it just weights it really nice, and you can wear it like the bib style or over your shoulders. So I'm working on that. Cadfael, Cadfael. Where is it? Fael, yeah, Cadfael. You know, like the book, that's what it's named after, is, you know, the Cadfael mystery series. James Strebe was, he and his husband read to each other when the other one cooks dinner. And James's husband was reading the Cadfael mystery series when this was designed. And it's kind of cool. So whenever James does a design, very often he names it after whatever book is being read, because they read it to each other at the time that design comes out. So it's spiffy. Yep. Oh, I love this shawl. I love it. And it would be cool out of your stuff, Crystal. It's, you know what? I've never actually done this before, so I'm not used to this reading stuff. Oh, Tony's watching now, too. You guys are hilarious. Maybe I should just do this all the time. What else is going on? Oh, you know what? I was talking... You guys, all your Starbucks are open. Do you know that there's like 3 open in Tucson? Do you know how painful that is for me? Because that's all we do, is we go out once a day to get a coffee. And then we come home. So it's been my lifeline, and now I can't do it. It's so painful. You know, first world problems and all. What else is happening? I'm going to do the Rimsky-Korsakov shawl again out of Darney next. But I want to finish this one first. I'm not very good at running 2 projects at the same time in crochet for some reason. One of them will get neglected, and so I don't want to do that. I want to finish this. What else? What else do you want to hear about? Dying of what? What am I dying of? Oh, coffee. Yes, I'm dying. I am dying. We have, but look, so the one thing we did here, see my little coffee setup? Every morning we walk like zombies to the coffee machine and make our morning latte. And I don't do anything else. Oop. I've got like a little stand here and I shouldn't have picked it up because now I've ruined it. We go make our morning coffee. And I guess I could show you the place. I even made my bed this morning, which is kind of odd for me. All right, here, I'll walk you around. You can see the place, since it's all the crew that I talk to all the time anyway. All right, here. You want to see my trailer? All right, here we go. Here's the outside of it. There's the outside. It's all white. It's a box of metal. My patio's messy because David's office shed. I'll show you his shed. I relegated him to the shed, and he's now fixing it up inside. There's his shed. He's at work right now. There's his shed. This is going to have to be stored. Oh, we had to buy a printer because that was fun. This is going to be storage for us when we're not here because we rent the place out when we're not here. Well, if that ever happens again, maybe we'll live here forever because we'll never be released from home confinement, right? I hope not. I don't think that's going to happen. You guys stop talking. Is that a problem? This is it. This is the entire thing. My sofa, my chair, my messy sewing table, my messy kitchen because all my sewing stuff is out on the kitchen table. There's the sink. That's our stove. We don't have a stove. We just bought a top oven. Here's the hallway with pictures that I haven't hung up. Bathroom, bedroom. That's it. You've seen the whole thing. Needless to say, when you live in this small space and you're used to a bigger one, you make a mess really quick. But it's okay. You're lucky I cleaned the sofa for you. Yeah. Anyway, I guess I'll go now. I run out of stuff to say and you guys stop talking. Unless I hit a button. Did I hit a button? Alright, I'm gonna finish. Bye.